Hey guys, it's Bub here. In this video, we're taking a look at Windows 11 Retrophase. I am going into this blind as I do quite a few of my ISOs. I know nothing about this. I don't know this OS's goal, but it was recommended to me by one of you in the comments below. So as always, if you have any OS recommendations, things you want me to take a look at, please drop them in the comments below because I do read them. So as I said, this was recommended to me by a viewer, so I'm very eager to see what it looks like, what it does, and what its goal is. Is it actually a good modded Windows ISO? First impressions so far, we haven't even gotten very far, we're just in the setup screen. I like the colors, I like the theme. The setup looks very modern, even more modern than the latest 24H2 setup. So far we're making very good first impressions. Now granted, this is still the setup screen. Things could get a lot worse, but I'm impressed so far. That was simple Windows setup. Nothing out of the ordinary there, but the theme of everything, the UI, it all looks extremely clean. So far, I'm liking it, but again, we're not very far into this video. Alright, and here we are in the setup. So we're going to go ahead and run through this. I do like the fact that it takes us into an out-of-box experience. I've seen other ISOs, as I mentioned before, that don't take you into an out-of-box experience. They just launch you straight into a desktop environment, which I don't like because I feel like the out-of-box experience definitely provides a sort of personal touch where you can come in, you can name your account, you can select certain settings. So I'm really glad that the developers of this specific build allowed this to be included. Alright, so we can go ahead and name our computer, but I'm going to go ahead and skip that because if I name it, the entire VM will restart and I just don't feel like waiting for that to come back up. So we are going to go ahead and click work and school, because what you can do if you don't know this is if you go work and school, sign in options, domain join, it lets you create a local account instead of having to sign in with a Microsoft account. So we'll just go ahead and name this Windows. Next, we'll skip the password, and that's it. You don't even have to domain join the device. It just lets you create that local account, so you could theoretically domain join it once you're in the account. But let's go ahead and proceed through the setup here. We don't want to have access to our browsing data, and here we go. We are now preparing our desktop or our Windows session. Alright, and here we are in the desktop of this operating system. First things first, I really do like this wallpaper. It is very crisp, very clear. It has very vivid colors. I just really love this look right here of the wallpaper. Let's take a look at what's on our desktop. By default, we have our recycle bin, and look at that animation. It kind of flew in onto the desktop. I feel like that was an animation from a Windows 10 technical preview build, like one of the early 9000 series builds, but I could be wrong there. We then have a README file, which is just a notepad document. Thanks for trying out Windows 11 Retrophase Beta 1, blah, 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 all sorts of fun stuff. We then have Microsoft Edge on the desktop. Down here on the taskbar, by default, it appears like we have widgets. Oh, widgets are in the middle. They're not centered over here. So this does look to be an older version of Windows. Oh yeah, this is Windows 11 21H2, so this is a very early build here. Before widgets got moved to the left side. On the taskbar, we have this kind of shiny looking start button. I don't know why it looks like that. I don't really like it like that, but that's neither here or there. We have our search bar. We have our widgets. We then have the Microsoft Teams or the chat button. We have our file explorer that we'll get into, Microsoft Edge, and Microsoft Store. So from a perspective of Windows 21H2, relatively normal things in the taskbar. On the right side, we have our Show Desktop button, we have our Time and Notification Center, we have our volume and our Ethernet settings, which do have different symbols or icons down here. They look a little more sharp compared to what we see in traditional Windows 11, which is more rounded, and different fonts. And I also think there's less padding around the buttons, like this looks thinner. The up arrow is different, and this is squared off instead of rounded. Windhawk is installed. I can't remember why I recognize that name, probably from other builds. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Opening the start menu, the first thing that hit me is that we are missing the search bar at the top. The second thing that hit me is the fact that this looks like a Windows 10 sort of profile picture, not something that we'd see in Windows 11. I really do like the search bar at the top. And even if you go in and start typing, like on modern versions of Windows 11, or really any version of Windows 11, you can open the start menu and just start typing to search. And I guess in that instance it decided to work, but in my previous demo it did not. So completely ignore everything I just said. In here by default we have really nothing abnormal for Windows 11. Typical websites and apps. Let's see what's installed on here by default. I mean, relatively not as debloated as like Tiny 11, but still, it does contain, not a lot of bloatware. I mean, I would consider getting rid of Xbox, but other than that, everything else here looks relatively normal. Speaking of bloat, let's go ahead and take a look at specs. There is the GPO applied that opening Task Manager does require administrative elevation, which is pretty cool. The Task Manager does look very different. First of all, it's the older theme because this is 21H2, but also just the font, the colors. Like, look at that animation. Well, I don't know if I can get it to show up again. You see where they kind of fly in. Is this like a reprogrammed sort of Task Manager? I don't know what this is. Either way, here's your CPU utilization. We're using 2.4 out of 8 gigabytes of our RAM. And then as for storage, let's open our file explorer that we're going to take a look at. We are using traditional Windows 11 22.5 gigs out of 59.2 gig disk. While we're in here, let's take a look at this file explorer, which does appear to have reverted its ways back to Windows 10. We have the Windows 10 ribbon at the top instead of the new modern ribbon that we see in Windows 11. Obviously, this is 21H2, so we don't have tabs just yet. The folder icons have changed. In new versions of Windows 11, they are more colored. This brings them back to how they were in like Windows 10 style days with the kind of legacy manila looking folder icons. But other than that, the big thing I'm noticing throughout the entire sort of OS here is the fonts. The fonts are different. They look more modern. It kind of reminds me of a Linux distribution in a way, but not in a bad way, in a good way. It would definitely take some getting used to if Microsoft switched their font, but I think it would be a good idea because it does look a lot more modern here. So with that being said, this is a brief overview of Windows 11 Retrophase. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have another operating system that you want me to take a look at, let me know in those comments, and I will make sure to take a look at it. With that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.